Good morning, beloved beings. I must say that I miss connecting with you on Sunday mornings to be able to give you words of healing and to hold you in love. And I want you to know that just because I was released from fellowship at this time, that I do not think about you and still hold you in a place of love and healing and joy. And so the message I want you to remember today is about how I am as God created me. It's an important message. I want you to remember it inside yourself, and I'm going to talk more about it in the Sunday talk, okay? So first of all, let's get started with the opening. I am here to be truly helpful. I am here to recognize Him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing that He goes there with me, and I will be healed as I will allow Him and let Him teach me how to heal. Very important message. So the call to worship says today, I see the light of the soul of another human being, and I dance in it, and I expand with the light. I am all of this, and the love I give is for me. I know in my entire being that love is all there is, and that's all of you, so take that in. Our statement of faith today is the same one. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. Maybe you could say this along with me as you're watching. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another in the sanctuary as we create an atmosphere of holiness. And so it is. Now the spiritual mind treatment. I know exactly what to do is the title of it. He that brought me this far now takes me the rest of the way. Ooh, that's an important statement. Mind is the presence and the power of infinite intelligence. Mind is the only presence, the only power, and the only activity taking place in my consciousness. I am open and receptive to the inflow and the outflow of creative ideas. The rhythm of productive intelligence fills my being. The divine renews my ability because life itself is the renewing of my soul. I sense the heartbeat and the rhythm of the divine mind throughout my thinking. Mind in me knows exactly what to think, and the feeling presence gives it form. Just as mind created the first cell in the universe, so ideas appear and manifest in my thinking. Mind is the knower, and mind is the doer. Joy is the atmosphere, and specific good is the immediate result. How those three work together. Mind takes me the rest of the way. So we've already started. Let's open up to mind taking us the rest of the way. And so it is. Now the reading, spiritual reading. There are three major qualities, soul qualities, that you need to integrate, the frequencies of light that are moving across this planet right now. They are love, joy, and courage. We're going to let the fear and all that other stuff go. Let's talk about love first. Each of you is learning to express a higher dimension of love, as love is the healing force of the universe. Love is the essential nature of your being. You actually begin to glow with a luminous light around your body when you open up to love in the universe. Have you felt that in your own body? When you are glowing with the radiance of love, you heal those people you are with because they see it in you. And as I've said before, they want more of it themselves. It's time to see and experience how enriched and powerful your life would be if you felt absolutely free to express the deep level of love that is sounding its note in you right now. It is important to give love only when you feel it feels joyful, because then it flows into your mind and it heals it, and it flows into your heart and emotions and it heals them. It flows into your past and it flows into your future. It flows through all of your life to heal. So send the quality of love from your inner temple with the desire for it to work for everyone's highest expression. Now we're going to go to the talk, which is entitled, I Am as God Created Me. In this moment, I give all glory to God. I am a new thought practitioner. I'm going to be saying some affirmations, beloveds. I want you to repeat them after me, starting with that one. I am a new thought practitioner. And what does that mean? First, that I connect to my I am presence. Okay? What is that? I am is God. Therefore, I am as God created me. As we talk about that we are one with Source. But always the I am statement, anything you say after I am is seeking the aspects of God. Therefore, as God created me, and it's the same statement that he said to Moses when asked, who sends me? He said, I am that I am. And we can add on to it, and God is the true being of that which I am. Now, God would say I am because it knows who and what it is. And that's the I am statement. And we could say that as well, since we are one. Maybe you could say that right there. I am that which I am. To connect to I am is a new thought that mainstream society does not connect to. That's because it's a spiritual thought connected to soul and God, not a religious thought dictated to man. It's a belief that empowers us to be who we are, not to give our power over to some other religion or some other else in our lives. It's because it is new, and it needs a lot of practice for us to give the power that it needs to take us in and live it in our lives. I am a new thought practitioner. Feel that. So we become that because we practice new thought, opening ourselves up to one thought after another, not being stuck in old beliefs. And it means we practice new thought in every aspect of our lives. And then we become that I am presence in our soul, which is the oneness and the connection with God. In other words, as I said, we become one with God, so repeat that as well. I mentioned in my talk last week, since it was Easter, that all the teachings by Jesus were for us to see the oneness of the Christ consciousness. That was his job, his mission that he taught us. What does that mean? He was a teacher to show us what it's like to live God, how to be connected through God in every aspect of your life. As I stated in the above section of the talk, we are one with the I am presence of God within us. That's who we are. Excuse me. We are as God created us, one with God in creating and attracting anything that you deserve and desire to have in your life. Feel that, beloveds, that you can co-create with God. That's what we're here to do. And we can trust in God, and we can rest in God with this truth. Feel that too, that how calming it might be for you just to love yourself and rest in God, knowing that he is taking care of everything with your I am presence. As I mentioned in my Easter talk, we need to understand that both of the events that Jesus went through, crucifixion and resurrection, were vitally important to his fulfillment of his plan, the divine plan of his mission. So, yes, he had a mission. If we are one with God and everyone, we are one with Jesus' mission as well, which is to be co-creators with God, to allow God to express through us. That was his mission. And what is yours? What if it's the same one that Jesus had? To know that you are as God created you. And then you can ask, well, when did I experience crucifixion? Well, not literally as Jesus did, but then when did we go through pain in our body or upset in our lives from some experience that occurred? And then when did we experience a healing, a change in our thoughts, or a rise in consciousness, otherwise known as resurrection, which we're moving into more in our lives right now as well, ascension into higher reality. Since we are one with God, we have the same principles of love and all of its aspects that we can use in our lives. Love is so powerful, beloveds, when we get to divine love and connection to God. So to God I say, I am here to do your work because I am as you created me. Well, there's a statement to say, I am here to do your work in everything that I do because I am as you created me. Because of that, God would probably say to you, and say your name now when you repeat this, you and I We're older than the sun, wiser than the moon, and deeper than the depths of space. We've always been together and will always be together. Take that in. And until that kingdom comes and we are known as the One, truthfully, totally, nothing will ever change this. Whatever you can imagine, God says you and I can make it happen. Whatever you want, you and I already have it. For as long as you have thoughts to think and dreams to weave and seeds to sow in your life, nothing for you and me would be impossible. And then you say your name again and say, my name, George, for you, whatever it is. Your dreams are what I've dreamed of for you. Signed, your other half, which is God. I am a new thought practitioner. Feel the energy of that. That is who you are. Not your name, not your life experiences, not your money, not anything. A new thought practitioner. The moment, and this moment, I am God is within me. I am not a sinner. I am not wrong, as I'm told by other people. I am love. I am grace. I am all that God is. And I am a new thought practitioner because I am as God created me. So let's look at that statement a little bit more. I am as God created me in our prosperity, since we're going through a lot of financial issues in our life, in our world right now. And let's see this as an opportunity for our financial freedom. For many years, the company of heaven has been telling us that God's infinite abundance is our divine birthright. This birthright was never revoked by God, never taken away, no matter how far we fell into our self-inflicted abyss of separation and duality. God was still there for us. Our prosperity was still there for us. This manifestation of poverty, lack, and limitation is the result of our own fear-based miscreations, and it has nothing to do with God's will for us. On the contrary, beloveds, God's infinite abundance is available to each and every one of us right now, no matter what is going on in the world. So please take that in. Right now, you have the abundance. All you have to do, and all we all have to do, is reclaim it by simply changing our behavior patterns in ways that once again will open the door to the infinite flow of God's abundance. The company of heaven has taught us specifically how to do that through telling us over years and years of millennium that it is time for you to be financially free. Take that statement in. It is time for you, each and every one of us, to be financially free. How does that feel? During this forced time out and the reboot we are currently experiencing on Earth, which is leading us to ascension, millions of people are losing their source of income and desperately trying to survive financially. In the midst of this chaos, powerful events are happening, and people are sending forth their heartfelt pleas asking for help. Through the unified efforts of heaven and earth in this unprecedented time, humanity and all of life evolving on this planet are ascending into higher frequencies of light than we've ever experienced before. Our consciousness is changing, and the light is getting stronger. This is allowing the heart-based patterns of the new earth to flow into the consciousness of all peoples in new ways. Everyone everywhere are piercing through the illusions. They're beginning to see with new eyes and to hear with new ears, and to love as God loves, to see as God sees, to hear as God hears. The need of this hour is motivating people in new ways and making them more receptive to the sacred knowledge that's being shared from on high, from our oneness with God, and from us living as God created us, as a new thought practitioner. And regarding our money and prosperity, we need to know this. Not having enough money is never the problem that it seems to be. First, lack is only temporary. Take that in. Second, change is only a few thoughts away from where you're at. And third, it's not like you haven't performed miracles before. Every one of us has. So here we go. I am a New Thought practitioner. Say that when it comes to my finances. I am a New Thought practitioner when it comes to my life, because I am as God created me. So let me end this by saying, I am as God created me. This one thought, wait a minute, just pause and take that in. I am as God created me. How does that feel? This one thought, completely believed and accepted, would be enough to save you and the world from every illusion, every thought of separation or sin, and every illness you believe could possibly attack the holy, perfect child of God, which is who you are. Perfect, holy child of God. It means that the truth within you remains unchanged and unchangeable. It means, beloveds, that heaven itself is whole within you already and can never be compromised by your belief in time, which is not real. No matter what seems to befall you, what experiences you're having, what upsets or dramas that are occurring in our lives, God's holy light shines upon this single extension of love and loveliness. The love that God is inside of you and the love that you are flowing out to other people. And the whole world is saved along with you. So take that all in, beloveds. I am as God created me. Spend the rest of the day just saying that statement. I've been doing that today. And rest in God that you are a New Thought practitioner who knows that you are as God created you. Please take this in, beloveds. Know the truth of who you are. Have a blessed day, and namaste.